looking to bounce back big after the tough loss the week before. Oh, he's picked right away.
Really good design by Baltimore. They use Calais Campbell and his 6'8 frame as like a screen. That ball gets tipped. Humphrey's right there for the interception. He does a beautiful job of getting a great return. And then, of course, Baltimore's going to turn it in. A little shovel pass to J.K. Dobbins by Lamar Jackson. Early lead for Baltimore.
7-0 now. Just under 9 minutes to go in the second quarter. 17-3 Baltimore. And Rex, here's Lamar Jackson doing things that in the entire history of the sport, I'm not sure anyone else has ever done.
Yeah, no, this is absolutely crazy right here. Look, how do you avoid that thing? I mean, he pulls an Eli Manning, once in his life. He does it every week.
Those are very similar athletes, too.
Yeah. No, but you know what I mean? Like,
Jackson.
he did it once. This guy does it like 5 times a game. And then he throws one up there just like you draw up there, a little jump ball.
That might literally have been the most unlikely reception, all things good. It was Duvernay who caught the ball. Ravens a 20-3 lead, but hold on. Bills not giving up. 2nd and 3 in the red zone. How about this fake?
Just absolutely beautiful ball fake. He shows it, puts it in his belly. The defense is paying attention to the run. And then him getting close to the goal line is about as sure thing as anything. Awesome job by Allen.
So the Bills score 17 unanswered. We're tied at 20. Now we're in the fourth quarter. Now here's Lamar Jackson doing it with his feet on 3rd and 12. This sets up the critical moment in the football game. Every now and again, coaches have to make decisions that decide games one way or the other. Here came John Harbaugh's opportunity. 3rd and goal at the 4. Lamar Jackson going to take it himself, and he's not going to get there. 4th and goal from the 2. Danny, do we kick the field goal?
No, absolutely not. You go for it. You trust your quarterback. He's a phenomenal player. He's on a roll on this drive, 9+ minutes. Duvernay's wide open. He just doesn't see him. Yeah. This is poor execution rather than poor planning.
How about this play by Jordan Poyer?
Listen, this is excellent range, excellent vision, and also this finish is huge because now you get the ball on the 20-yard line and you're not starting deep near your end zone.
The drive was 9 minutes, 29 seconds. It nets 0 points. We're still tied at 20, and of course, Josh Allen's going to move him right down the field.
Beautiful field. Realizes that Peters goes down on that short end, put the ball over his head. Awesome job.
2nd and 3, the other side.
Get away.
Khalil Shakir.
No, awesome job by Josh Allen, just being playmaker in the pocket. And then Shakir, beautiful job of the toe drag swag on the sideline.
Under 2 minutes to play at the Ravens 11. The words no defender wants to say, but you have to say it. Let him score.
No, we're going to push the ball out, Greedy.
Let him score. Oops. They tackle.
Oops.
Devin Singletary.
Oh, they mad.
Oops. In the field of play.
They mad. Look. Calais Campbell, man. Patrick Queen, man.
And John Harbaugh is going to get into it on the sideline with Marcus Peters. You have to let them score. And instead, they are able to just run the clock down to 3 seconds. And they, of course, go out there, and it's Tyler Bass who kicks the chip shot game-winning field goal. Some questionable, or at least debatable coaching decisions, and then the huge mistake at the end. The Bills, an incredible win. John Harbaugh, thoughts?
You kick a field goal there, now it's not a 3-down game anymore, it's a 4-down game. You're putting them out there, you're putting your defense at a disadvantage because they've got 4 downs to convert all the way down the field. And a chance to, again, score 7, and then you lose the game on a touchdown. So, hindsight, you could take the points. But if you look at it analytically, I understand why we did it.
I was fine with it, because if we would have executed that, we would have scored a touchdown. That wouldn't even be no question right now. Nobody wouldn't be disappointed. Next time we'll get it.
Okay, so the Ravens 2-2. The 2 games that they lost, they had huge leads in the second half of both of them. Rex, you know John Harbaugh better than everyone at this table combined. You were his defensive coordinator. What was your perspective on what happened yesterday?
Yeah, no, I would have gone right to John and said, "Hey, man, take the points." Said, "Put it on us."
You would have walked up to him on the sideline and said it.
100%. Said, "Hey, kick this thing, man. Let's put it on our shoulders." And it's interesting because I get it. Like Harbs is talking about analytics. By the way, chalk another one up for analytics, another loss. All right, but I love it. I absolutely love it because that never wins. But I'm looking at this, and I get where he's coming from. I know what he's saying. There's 4 minutes left in this game. All right? If you take the points, they don't have to go down and score. Mm-hmm. And that's the thing. Right now, Harbs has got a hell of a lot more confidence in his offense than he does his defense, and rightfully so. Look, this team has given up you talked about it, Green, 2 17-point or more leads.
Correct.
In the second half. And to me, when's the last time that's happened? It's only happened one other time the entire season a team did that.
To be clear, though, the defense you would have been representing when you walked up to John Harbaugh had Ray Lewis and Ed Reed on it.
Yeah.
This is a vastly different situation. You still think
it's got 3 former Pro Bowlers in the secondary, which I don't think I ever had at one time. They got Calais Campbell. They got a lot of the draft capital in that defense. I'm sorry, but this team needs to start playing like the Baltimore Ravens, the tradition of the Baltimore Ravens.
What do you think?
Well, I haven't hated a late second call or decision since Carlton stole the ball from Will at the end of the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air when they could have won the game at Bel-Air High.
They could have won it.
And he shot it to the top of the ceiling. That's you. Yeah, I've been so mad at Carlton since then. Yeah. This is the maddest I've ever been.
You were talking
when you think about when you think about that decision, you can't let fear drive you into failure. And that's what that was. He was so nervous and so scared about what Josh Allen might do. It drove him to make a bad decision. Because what we do know about a bad defense, that it's easier to score 3 on them than it is to score 7. And so now you put them in a position where they don't have to drive the entire field, where a guy like a Josh Allen can get in field goal range and win a football game. And in the end, that's what you did, because now they waited to the last second. They didn't score because you tackled them, and they kick it, and you never get the football back. This is a bad decision in every way. You're a team that did not score in the entire second half. You have an opportunity to put points on the board and get the lead back that you lost, and you need to do it. And at some point, you got to empower people so they can feel powerful. Me running away from my defense only lets them know that I don't have any faith in them.
All right, I love you both. You're totally wrong. It's 100% the right decision by Harbaugh. They had stopped Buffalo's offense one time in the second half, number one. Number two, I got an MVP at quarterback. I just went on a 9-minute drive. I convert 80% of the time on 4th and 2 and less. Number three, their quarterback, also an MVP. And the reality is, RC, I don't believe it's fear. I believe it's respect. We've talked about Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs and often said, you ain't going to beat Kansas City with threes. You're not going to beat Buffalo with threes. And that's the decision here is, do you believe that 3 points is enough with 4 minutes of Josh Allen and what we watched in the playoffs last year, and you haven't stopped them in the second half? Absolutely not. This is the right decision, and you heard Lamar say it in postgame. If we just executed it to touchdown, and then we're having a different game. Here's the thing that we cannot come on here. No. We can't come here.
If the Browns just execute, they'd have a Super Bowl and not have 29.
No. But here's my thing. We can't come here on week 1 and praise Brian Daboll for what he did in New York and say he went to go win the football game and get that 2-point conversion, and then come and crush Harbaugh and say,
no, because he's trying to change the culture. But here's the thing.
2 different teams.
Yeah, Brian Daboll is trying to change a culture right there with the Giants, and there's very few expectations for that team. I understand. You're the Baltimore Ravens. The Baltimore Ravens have a culture. They have a tradition. And it's one you probably don't understand because you've never been around a defense like that. I can tell you right now, that defense sitting back in there. Why do you think Marcus Peters all upset? Because like, no, hell no. Take the points, put it on our ass.
Upset because they wanted to let him score.
I'm just saying this. Well, yeah, exactly. Because of pride in it. Our guys are thinking, we'll punch the damn ball out. We'll block the field goal. Like there's other ways of doing it.
The reason you're letting them score is because you don't have any points.
Yeah.
Right? If I have points, now I'm playing defense differently. Now I'm being aggressive. Now I'm a defensive player. You took that from me in that moment. Right? In that moment when you don't score and they get in that area, you've now made me the sacrificial lamb that says, I got to lay on my back in the dead cockroach and let this dude get in the end zone. No defensive player ever wants to be there.
But we're talking because we're going to talk about the Philadelphia game and their 4th and goal down 14-0 and sit there and go credit Nick Sirianni, their head coach, for being aggressive and trying to score.
But what did I say today? I would have taken the points. And so I'm just saying, yeah, and I know how it works or whatever, but I'm just telling you, from a defensive perspective, when you got points on the board, I can turn it loose. I'm going to make a play. Watch, hey, Ryan, you going to make it? No, I'm going to make it. Watch this. I'm going to hit that damn quarterback. You have a totally different mentality. Now it's a tie game or whatever. Give me some points. I don't need much. Give me a lead. When we have a lead, it's game, set, match. That's the mentality that it's always been in that Raven locker room.
I understand that thinking. The reality is, though, this isn't that Raven defense, and so I understand. I get what you're coming from. You're personally offended on behalf of their defense, and I understand
Greeny,
that.
here's the other thing, though, Greeny. Here's the other thing. Winning if Lamar scores, right, and say you still lose, you absolutely have won nothing in that locker room. You've changed nothing about this team. Lamar goes and get 3, and this defense gets a stop. This morning, we aren't talking about the drive by Lamar and the 3 points. What we're talking about is a team that couldn't stop the Buffalo Bills for a half and a quarter, and now they finally rise up when they need to, and now you've erased Tua Tagovailoa. You've erased the lead you've given up. I think you got to give your team a chance. He gave them no chance.
Real quick, Dan. Go ahead.
Who do you trust
quick.
more? Candidly, keep it a buck.
Right.
Lamar Jackson or the Ravens defense?
Yeah, that's the decision.
I trust
that he
Justin
made.
Tucker more than anybody in the world. And he was going to make that 3, and now my defense got a shot.
That's fair. I got to leave it there for the moment. I will, for whatever it's worth. By a very narrow margin, analytics favored what Harbaugh did by like 4%, but that doesn't take into account every single circumstance in every single game.